day, good day. This is the Declaration, part 30 something, right? He is combined with others to subject us to jurisdictions foreign to our Constitution and unacknowledged by our laws, giving his assent to their acts of pretended legislation. I shouldn't have to say more than what is written there. Everyone should have just a tiny bit of context in whether their brain is small or big on this topic in particular. I'm just saying it's the year 2021, right? Time to grow up, fucking, or whatever, right? Everyone's done with high school, even though high school failed the people fucking 40 years ago for a majority of it, right? If that means anything to nobody, but I have no comment since the schools bought out that system 10 years before that. But whatever. We can't have comments on a lot of this. We can't have our own context on a lot of this. We can't have our own opinions on a lot of this. And when you grow up, you realize nobody's a grown up and everyone's just bullshitting their way through a lot. And there's a lot of things that you realize when you have to put away your childish things, whether you put them all away or not, and you can plan your time right, and you can act like a child sometimes, and enjoy a few things in your life. Stop and smell the roses, or you have to be the machine that everyone wants you to be. Blah, blah, blah. Work more, eat less. Blah, blah, blah. And so when it comes to things like these, and what he has combined with others to subject us to jurisdictions foreign to our Constitution. Well, at this point, we didn't have the Constitution when they wrote this. I'm just saying this so people get the reference of time that we are talking about. Right. This was the Constitution. The Constitution has a definition as well. Just like people are learning what the word insurrection means in 2021, Constitution has a definition as well. This document would be our first Constitution. It would be considered a rough draft. A couple years later, after a couple things happened, context, we would have a new Constitution to constitute our foundation further into who we are, and we have since put more bricks and mortar on top of it as seen fit, and we patched this hole and that hole as seen fit, and we welded this here and put air conditioning here and fucking plumbing there and blah blah blah. Right? You get what I'm saying? Hopefully. Right? But even then, Jefferson broke the Constitution with like the Louisiana Purchase or something, and that was after this Constitution. Blah blah. Fucking people are hypocrites. Fucking we have court cases that change because of amendments, or because this law passed this year, or this happened there, or blah blah blah. And anyways, and unacknowledged by our laws. Well, they're making laws for everything nowadays, even though they haven't looked at the laws that we already have and fix those ones to be proper in whatever context and blah blah blah, right? Should be pretty simple, right? But I can't go into that. In unacknowledged bylaws, which I will repeat again because there's more context to that, right? So some states have these laws and some states have these laws, and some people pay this and some people do this and some people do that and some people say this, and Coke pop, soda pop, fucking soda, fucking what? I don't give a fuck. Okay? Your Coke don't even have Coke in it anymore. So, whatever. Shut the fuck up. Anyways. Oh, and that wasn't a law back then, by the way. Just saying. So, right? A whole bunch of laws. Giving his assent to their acts of pretended legislation. Now, this is the reality check, right? Pretended legislation, right? Because a whole lot of your words look really nice and really fancy, but if there's one thing I know about the law is nothing's illegal if you don't get caught. This works both ways. Everything's illegal if you get caught, right? So, and I mean everything. Being alive, breathing, fucking, you're a tax, you're a waste. Trying to kill yourself is against the law. Discuss that with your lawyer, right? No matter the destitute, because you have to work for them, right? They need your money, right? They're already in debt. They've already invested in you, whether they've invested well or poorly, or they skimmed a lot off the top of your investment for the last 50 to 100 years, depending on how old you are. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah. Wah, 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 wah. Right? Charlie Brown type shit. Anyways, words are against the law nowadays, right? Self-defense is against the law nowadays, right? People say books aren't being burned, but they are, right? I have seen 1,000 stories and heard 1,000 stories because the people and the books that and experience that they have had as people, as human people, from wherever, whoever, whatever, right? And they have told me a life that is good, bad, indifferent, blah, 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 right? They have told me portions of their life, and those books are being canceled every day because we don't want to hear what people have to say. Censorship is not good, but I can understand why people want censorship. Does that make sense? I can understand the good intentions and bad deeds is all I have to say on this, because this is a really fine topic, right? If you told me everything about communism, you wrote it down in a fucking book and you said, read this book real quick, and I read the book and it fucking looked real good, right? And then you said, now you're going to read Mein Kampf real quick because I'm done with Marx. I'm reading Mein Kampf real quick, so I'm reading Mein Kampf real quick. And you say, fucking ain't that a good book now? Fucking, okay, sure, whatever. Right, and now I'm on the next book, which is Capitalism, Economics, right? And I read this book, right? And then the Bible, I need to read that, right? And fucking, well, Old Testament or New Testament, those are important, right? And this and that. And the thing is, a lot of these rules are nice and dandy and have helped a lot of people, but in the real world, fucking the people that read Mein Kampf didn't think 6 million Jews were going to get killed. Sorry. Right? The people that read fucking Karl Marx didn't fucking think. Well, they thought everyone was going to work equally. They thought everything was going to be fine. They thought everyone pitched in and blah, blah, blah. It didn't happen. Right? And you make an ass out of me and you with assumptions or some bullshit metaphor that, I don't know, fucking, I don't know. I'm too dumb. Right? What is pretend legislation? Right? The fact that I have seen more laws get broken than enforced, and the fact that society has told me that this is okay, should say something. Right? The fact that society says it's okay under these circumstances, or under this or that, it just depends, right? If you have enough money, if you have enough time, if you have enough investment, if you have enough blood, sweat, tears, if you have enough words or knowledge, or if you know enough people, or this or that, you can do whatever you want. Which is interesting, because I can also see the people that have nobody doing whatever they want, and that's also a bad thing. So there's that, right? I don't go praising martyrs. I don't go praising celebrities. I don't go praising nobody, because I don't fucking know nobody, because most people I've met pretty shitty. I could probably name 20 that I'd actually bet my life on, right? For something, right? If I assume too much, I'm making an ass out of me and you, right? How much time have I spent with these people? Fucking Schrodinger and blah, blah, blah. Right? Cat, box, Schrodinger. Who the fuck are you? Anyways. There's a lot of pretend and a lot of make-believe like. Right? I don't know who probed the sun to know that it's fucking like 20% helium and something percent hydrogen, well, the rest percent hydrogen with small, minuscule percentiles being other things that get absorbed into it, and blah, blah, right? Because guess what? We have nothing we can put in the sun that will survive. That's integrally sound. That won't get radiated out of existence. Even if it survived just the heat and the pressure that would happen when we put it in it. Right? The signal it would send back would have to get through so much radiation because of the high isotope heliums and blah, blah, blah. And shut your mouth. Nobody probed the sun. Fact. Sorry. Right? We can barely dig a fucking hole that well. Right? That's the facts. We dug a pretty big hole and then we had to stop. Good job, guys. You made it so far. Right? It's like, what's the importance of space if we're not going to be into that for 1 million years? Or let's say 200 years. 200 years we'll master space travel and blah, blah. Right? What do we got at hand right now? We got the moon and whatever the moon has, hypothetically. Right? And we got Earth and whatever Earth has. Have we discovered everything on Earth? Have we discovered all the properties of all the periodic elements? Can we create more elements? What about isotopes? And what do these tracers do to those tracers? And blah, blah, blah. Does this matter? Blah, blah. How much heat and cold can we apply to these blah, blahs? And what can we do when we react with these and those and physics and Zeus? Cut it out. Thank you. So, yeah. Come here. Come here. Oh, lift your red. Sorry. You're licking. Anyways. Pretend legislation is a funny thing, because when I first went to school, legislation said Pluto was a planet. Now it's a dwarf planet. It got its own special circumstance, right? Because it's that important. Like, I'm ever going to be to fucking Pluto. They're still fucking wondering, hey, yeah, it might be to Mars in a fucking never. Maybe my kids' will be in Mars, right? Alright. Anyways, y'all have a good one, guys. This was fun.